So good day everyone. Our topic for today is about PHP method, functions, and isset. So this will be the lesson 6. No? The objective is to differentiate the post and get method, to be familiar with the functions in PHP, to differentiate built-in and user-defined functions, and to create functions depending on PHP application and the use of isset. So as what we have here, no, post or get, we opted to use the post method for proceeding. So, but we also we could have also chosen the get method. This lesson will review both transferring methods. So in our PHP form lesson, we use the post method. So this is what the pertinent line of HTML code look like. So as what we have here. So form action is equal to, for example, we have a process8 .php file, no? Method is equal to post. Then select names is equal to item, and so on and so forth. Then input name is equal to count, type is equal to text. So this HTML code specifies that the form data will be proceed to the process8.php web page using the post method. Okay. The way that PHP does this is to store all the posted values into the associative array called $_post. Be sure to take notice the names of the form data names as they represent the keys in the $_post associative array. Now that you know about associative arrays, the PHP code from process8.php should make a little more sense. So as what we have here, $count is equal to $_post count. Then $item is equal to $_post item. The form names are used as the keys in the associative array. So be sure that you never have two input items in your HTML form that have the same name. That's why we have count and item. So different name. If you do, then you might see some problems arises later. How about the PHP get? As we mentioned earlier, no, the alternative to the post method is get. If we were to change our HTML form to the get method, it would look like this. No? So form action is equal to process8.php, same, but method is equal to get instead of post. Select name is equal to item. Input name, count, type is equal to text. The get method is different in that it passes the variables along to the process8.php web page by appending them onto the end of the URL. The URL after clicking proceed would have this added on the end of it. So the question mark items equal to, of course, the hashtag and count is equal to the hashtag. So as what we have here, no? So the count is equal to get count, item is equal to get item. So the question mark tells the browser that the following items are variables. Now that we change the method of sending information or order.html, we must change the process.a to code to use the $_get associative array. So as what we have here. So a while ago, we have the $post. This time we use $_get. How about the functions? Refers to block of command that can be executed and used repeatedly in the program. So we have two types, the built-in functions and user-defined functions. The built-in functions refer to the command that is readily available in PHP once called. And the other hand, the user-defined functions command that is defined by the user. So we have here the syntax, no? Function name, then of course begin, then the code statement that you want to include in the functions, then end. For functions with parameters, so this will be the syntax. Okay. We need to take note that functions name is not case sensitive. no? But should be start with letter or underscore and not a number. So based on what we have here, we have example number 1. So function MSG as or as message. In this example, the name of the PHP is MSG. No? Open curly braces indicate the start of the function statement, while the close curly braces indicate the end of the function statement. The function displays this is a PHP functions. Okay? So if we're going to run this program, it will display this is a PHP functions. Example number 2. So as what we have here now, we are now using functions family name. Then of course our variable is $name, $f name. So echo $f name Santos dot, for example, no? Then family name Cheryl, family name Terso, Donna, and Sunshine. Information can be displayed using functions arguments, no? So arguments are variable placed inside the parentheses of the function name. Users can create as many arguments but separate it with a comma symbol. So as what we have here, no? So Santos. So if we're going to run this program, at the right side, no, we have Cheryl Santos, Terso Santos, Donna Santos, Sunshine Santos, and so on. So this example, no, has a function named Sum. So our function name here is Sum, right? With two arguments, $s, $x, and $y. So these functions return value based on the sum of the given numbers. So as you can see here, no, so the sum will be 5 plus 10, that is 15, as you can see here on the right side. So 7 plus 13, that is 20, and so on and so forth. So again and again, this function name as sum. So we have here the function name sum, and so on. For example number 4, in this example, no, parameter were passed inside the function name add functions, no, na $sign num1 argument has a value of 10, and $sign number 2 argument has a value of 20. No, so then if we're going to run this program, of course we could able to see this output. Sum of the two numbers is 30. How about the isset? So isset determine if the variable is declared and it is different than null. Because there are certain cases that we're going to run the program, there are certain error, no, encountered. I will show you it later. No, so this will be the description for isset. Determine if a variable is considered set. This means if a variable is declared and it is different than null. So if a variable has been unset with the unset function, it is no longer considered to be set. Isset will return false when checking a variable that has been assigned to null. Also note that a null character is not equivalent to PHP null constant. But if multiple parameters are supplied, the isset will return true only if all the parameters are considered set. Take note of it. If multiple parameters are supplied, then isset will return true only if all the parameters are considered set. Evaluation goes from left to right and stop as soon as an unset variable is encountered. So this will be the parameters and the return value, for example. So returns true if bar exists and has any value other than null, false otherwise. So we need to take note that isset only works with variables, as passing anything else will result in a parse error. So for checking if constant are set, use the define functions. We need also to take note that because this is a language contract and not a function, it cannot be called using variable functions. When using isset on an inaccessible object properties, the underscore isset overloading method will be called if declared. Okay, so we may proceed to our program simulations. Okay, so based on this program, based on the given program, no, as what we have here, so we have here the if name get now. So this time we're using get. Okay, so get name, get age. So welcome that get name, then echo you are, then the get age, then years old. This will then exit. So then this will be the common HTML codes, no, for us to have a form, no, inputting the name and the age at the same time. So if we're going to run this program again, we are all required for to run the sum control, no, check the Apache and MySQL. Then proceed to our web browser. So a while ago we saved it as method1.php, then press enter. So for example, Marmelo 18. So submit. So as you can see here, we have an output. Welcome Marmelo Abante, you are 18 years old. Okay. How about method number 2? So in method number 2, we just simply input the same, then 18, then what will happen? So invalid name and name should be an alpha. So we just try to look into our code. So this time we are using post, na? Post name, post age. So if reg underscore match, so it must be match with A to Z, A, and Z. Then name is name. No, die invalid name and should be alpha. So that's why we encountered error with our program. So it displayed error actually, but it displayed this one. Okay, so we are also required to use the die command or the die in our PHP program. How about method number 3? So this time we are using request, na? $_request, no, instead of using post in get. Actually, we're not able to discuss this one, but I will give you an example. Okay, so same as what we did a while ago. So we'll replace this one as 3. Sorry. Then run. Okay, same output, right? So for example, Aubrey Abante, 3 years old. Submit. So welcome Aubrey Abante, you are. So it means to say that even we are using get, no? A while ago we used get, right? Same, no? But this time in method number, for example, we use, method 3, sorry. In our method 3, we use request. Okay? But same output. No, it means to say that we are allowed to use get, post, and request. How about for our method number 4? This will be an example a while ago about functions. No? So an example of a functions. So function sum, as what we give it already a while ago in our PowerPoint presentation, then z is equal to z plus cx, $x plus $y rather, then return $z. So echo 5 plus 10, that is as what we get later a while ago in our PowerPoint. That is this one, no? So we can get 15, 20, and 6. So if we're going to run this program, that is method 4, right? Yeah. So as you can see here, that is 5 plus 10, 15, 7 plus 13 is 20, 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. How about if we're going to change the value? So instead of 5, we make it 15. Instead of we make 7, 17, then 12. Of course, we need to replace this one also. So 1, 17, so 12. So file save. Then run again. So method 4, enter. So as you can see here, 15 plus 10, that's 25, 7 plus 30, 12 plus 4 is equal to 16. Okay? How about method number 5? So as what we have here, we are now using add functions. No? So what we're going to do is just simply to add the add functions, the 10 and 20. Okay, so based on the given example in our PowerPoint presentation, so therefore the total is 30. Okay, so we just try to run method 5, enter. So sum of the two numbers is 30. So if we're going to change the value of this one, no? So we make it 100 and 220. So file save, then run. So that is 320. Okay. How about the use of isset? So we have here an example of an isset, no? So if isset $bar echo this bar is a set, so I will print this one, no? So as what we have here, bar underscore dump isset A, that is true. B is true. How about this one? Bar dump isset $A is equal to false. False, then false. So therefore, we will be able to see this one as our output. Okay, so we'll just try to run. That is under, I think under DT, no? So save as, sorry, isset.php. So as you can see here, the bar is set of so I will print boolean tree, true, true, false, false. Same with isset number 1. Okay. So isset number 1, if we're going to run, enter. So this one, no? True, false, false, true, true, false, false. We just try to look with this code, with its code. Okay, this one. True, false, false, true, true, false, false. So that's why based on our given sample, that is true, false, false, true, true, false, false. How about isset number 2? So that is false. So we'll just try to look into our given code. Ayun. This one. Okay. So this time we're using array, no? Expected underscore array got string. So some string and so on and so forth. So therefore, this will be the output. Okay. How about this one? How about if we wanted to have an input, a record text, no? So if we inputted value, if we inputted, for example, name, in age or course, for example, or program enrolled in, it will save in our record text. Okay. So, for example, this will be our okay, this will be our code, no? For example. So student information, so body background, for example, I just want to use an animated background, no? The file name is classy underscore GIF woman nightstands dress GIF. So as you can see here, since we have an example already a while ago about isset, so we are now using isset. Because as I mentioned earlier, no, we encountered problem with this. So for example, no, I will show you again. Yeah, this one. As you can see, we have notice undefined index name, undefined index age, and so on. So for us not to encounter this error, we are allowed to use the isset. So as what we have here, isset $underscore post. We are now using post instead of using get and what will be the other one? Get and I forgot it already. Post request, no? So a while ago we discussed it already. I will show you an example of post, get, and request. So this time on our example, we just try to use post, no? So form, same as what we did, no? Form, then method. We are going to use the table, And our select item is BSIT, BSCS, BSIS, and BSCOE. So we just simply input our name and we choose our degree. Then, of course, else, last name, first name, output string, string to upper, no? So it means to say that if even we inputted lowercase or uppercase is still accepted, okay? Then as what we have here, we have dollar file. Then record.txt. It means to say that our data inputted to this program automatically save into the record.txt. No? The program itself created a record.txt file. No? So text file. So fwrite, so this is also another command, no? $fh as our variable output string. If close, no? $f, then echo, align center, and so on and so forth. For the output, okay, so we have using isset, of course, then record text file for us to see the output, no? If we wanted to look with our file, no? If we wanted to retrieve our file, no? So therefore, we need to have an output file, no? Then data is equal to file get contents, and so on and so forth. Then as what we have here, it depends upon on how many records we can inputted or type in our program. Okay? Then if file underscore exists, true, unlinked, then echo, then else echo, no file found. So for example, if we don't have file pa, so therefore it display no file found. Okay? So for us to run, okay, we just simply type, I think under DT again, that is student. Enter. So this will be the GIE picture as I mentioned earlier. So student information, for example, Abante. First name, Marmilo. Of course, BSCOA, for example. Then click. So as you can see here, you are allowed to go to back to the link, back to the main, or you wanted to view the record. So as what we have here, we have Abante Marmelo BSCOE. But for example, we want to clear this one first. Okay? Then, okay, clear. Then try again. Student.php. So for example, Salonga, Aubrey. For example, BSIS. Click. So if we want to look with our records, so it's just only Aubrey Salonga, BSIS. Okay. Then clear. For example, so that we Abante again, Salo, Marmilo, this time BSIT. Okay. Sorry. Click. Back to main. Okay, Salonga, Marmilo, BSCS. Click. Back to main. Salonga. For example, Jeric. Then BSCOA. Click. Then if we're going to look into our record, so it displays. So we have Abante Marmilo, BSIT, Salonga Marmilo, Salonga Jeric, BSCOA. Okay? Then if we're going to look into our record, so we have already a record file here, a text file already. No? So double click, then we could able to see the records. No? Okay, so I think as you can see here, no, if we inputted value, it displays successfully added data. Example, Arpon, Jasel, BSCS. Click, back to main. Example is Abante, Jeremy, BSCS. Click. Back to main. Balenya. Marco. BSCS. Click. Then we're going to look into our record. So it display. Arpon, Abante, Jeremy, then Balenya. Okay? I think that's it for today, and thank you for attending the class. Don't forget to answer our quiz later. No, I will post your quiz later. Wait for a while. So if you have some questions related to our discussion, do not hesitate to post your question in our chat box. Okay, so take a picture of your activity, and then don't forget to post your answer or your code into a comment section. Thank you, everyone, and Godspeed.